DC Studios CEO James Gunn is admitting that a year without DC content is actually good for the DC universe and the upcoming reboot or reset for the DC universe. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. With that out of the way, let's get into this here. Headline reads, James Gunn admits lack of DC content in 2024 is, quote, great for us for the reset. That is indeed what he had to say. He shared his thoughts on Threads when a user asked, do you think a lack of DC content in 2024 is going to kill the brand? Gunn responded, I think it's great for us for the reset. Obviously, saying that not having anything really coming out in 2024 will be good for DC. And there is not a lot coming out in 2024. The only major theatrical release is Joker Folie à Deux. There is the animated Batman Caped Crusader series, which is likely to arrive sometime in 2024 over on Prime Video. They picked it up earlier this year for a 2-season stint. And then in 2025, we will get James Gunn's Superman Legacy. We're also expecting Peacemaker Season 2, as well as the animated Creature Commandos, which was supposed to come out in 2024, but has since been now delayed to 2025, at least according to the most recent reports. And then they also have this like Waller show that's supposed to come out probably in 2025 as well. It looks like they're delaying everything to 2025 for Gunn's DCU reboot and Superman Legacy. And I actually agree with James Gunn. I usually don't agree with him on a lot of things, but I do agree with him on this. I think that having a year without DC, especially kind of the DCEU stuff or any of that kind of universe stuff that they're trying to build, is a good thing because I think it's going to get the bad taste of 2022 and 2023 out of moviegoers' mouths. If you don't recall, there are a lot of bad things that happened to DC in 2022 and 2023. It started off with Black Adam at the end of 2022. The film only grossed $390.3 million worldwide, despite having a $200 million production budget, meaning it needed to gross at least $500 million to break even to cover the film's marketing costs, as well as the split of the box office grosses with theaters. Studios only really take around 50% of the grosses. Some estimate that it's 60%. But so they don't take all of the box office grosses, obviously. And then after Black Adam, we had Shazam: Fury of the Gods that arrived in March. That film only grossed 132.2 million worldwide. It had a production budget of 125 million, so obviously a complete and utter failure. And then The Flash grossed 266.5 million. And they're saying it at a $200 million production budget. I think it's a lot higher than that. Clearly lost a lot of money as well. And then Blue Beetle had grossed 128.7 million worldwide, and it's had a reported production budget of 120 million. So obviously another loser at the box office as well. And then you can also look at how moviegoers received it. People that did indeed watch these films. Blue Beetle had a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. The Flash has a 6.7. Shazam: Fury of the Gods a 6, and Black Adam a 6.2. So not very good scores from moviegoers as well. So a bunch of middling, subpar films, as well as terrible box office losses for DC. So having a year to kind of forget all that stuff is probably good. Maybe actually try and remind people that there is something out there to get excited about. It gives you a year of anticipation. Hopefully you get some good anticipation for it. People get excited based on maybe the first trailer or something like that. Some of the marketing and stuff that they do for Superman Legacy. I do think even with a year gap, I think that Gunn and his DC universe have a long road to hoe, given that we've had over a year of terrible film after terrible film from DC. So he's really going to have to hit this one out of the park, I think, in order to really launch his DC universe. Obviously, he has a very ambitious kind of huge chapter 1 schedule that he wants to get out with a number of different films, TV shows, and other projects in the works. But I think it all really does hinge on whether or not Superman Legacy is a very good film. And it does really well at the box office. And I think if it doesn't, and it gets bad reviews and people don't like it, and it doesn't do well at the box office, I have a feeling that James Gunn's DC universe might be killed in its cradle. So he is really hoping that that 1 year gap gives him time to really build anticipation for the film, wanting people to desire a new Superman movie, a new DC universe, not having any DC content for a year, as well as hoping that they forget all of these bad films that have come out over the past 1 to 2 years. So those are kind of my thoughts on this. Let me know what you guys make what James Gunn had to say here. Do you think that a year break of DC will actually help the DC universe, or do you think it doesn't really matter? People are going to remember these bad films. They're going to remember what's happened with DC. They're not going to really forget that quickly. And it doesn't matter what James Gunn puts out, it's still going to hurt the film because they've damaged the brand so bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And remember to always be charitable, but also speak the truth.